Testing you guys to see if you knew what was going on. And Faith, there she is. She told me. She let me know, and I saw some other people did too. Now, but I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'll just start off by saying, man, it's been kind of neat. We haven't had internet since like Friday. We haven't had internet since like Friday. Man, that's been wild. We have kids, right? So it gets a little rough. You got to have the internet for the children. But it was kind of interesting, no internet. We got like closer together. We like started doing stuff together. I noticed one day we were all sitting in the same room watching the same thing, doing the same stuff. We played games. And then the internet came back on last night. I don't think I've seen anybody since. But it's been interesting. And then like I'm in the middle of trying to start a business because why not? So I'm like setting all that stuff up, and it's just obviously you can't do it if your internet's down. You can't be setting up EIN numbers and sending out business plans and such. You got to have some internet for that. So you can't just, you can send the paper out. You can have it right now, or you can wait 4 to 6 weeks for it to get back. That's no good. So for a couple days here, I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on. I don't think since Saturday morning. And Saturday morning, I went out in my van and recorded from there for old time's sake because we didn't have the internet, so I was using the phone. So that's what we did there. Interesting enough. So I just figured I usually don't go on Tuesdays. I've been doing Monday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday night is our usual show. That's when Faith joins me. And then Saturday and Sunday morning I've been doing. So I have been skipping Tuesday. So I don't really have much for you. I did have a couple things on X to bring up, but I didn't really have much for you. I've been really wrapped up in trying to create a business, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do that and deal with the government and get EIN numbers and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just figured I'd check in, and I haven't been on in a minute, and maybe we could chat a little bit, I guess. How about Iran? I use my internet on my phone mostly because it's definitely cheaper, and then have a internet. Yeah, it is cheaper. It is cheaper. It is cheap. It sucks that we have to have it sometimes. I don't like it. Why does my thing not update? Trying to get my. This is a last minute thing. Because right before we came on, I was like, I'm gonna go on. So why not? Let's do it. How about Ben Stiller's commercial for his soda? So Ben Stiller has a soda out now, and no one seems to care. So he was at a, I guess it was a grocery store. And he to celebrate the release of his new soda, and it didn't go so well for him. No. Yeah, they're all by themselves at the grocery store.
Choose my surprise.
Nah.
100 stories high. People getting loose, y'all. We're getting down.
That's embarrassing a little bit. A little bit embarrassing, I think. He put this commercial out that I have to play it. I'm sorry. It's just got to play it. It's necessary. I don't know if the music's going to get me in trouble, but it's worth it.
Like sugar on my tongue.
Soda.
Your body is so sweet,
Creepy.
sweet. Invite me if you come.
Oh, what was that? What was
Like
that?
sugar on my
Oh, that's so bad.
tongue.
Oh,
Your
what happened?
body is so sweet.
Father would be ashamed. Anyway, that's enough of that. Oh, if I'm not imposing, did you ever? I did. And on Cuba, yeah, Cuba's kind of interesting. What's going on there? I see they're up in arms. They are fighting back. It's interesting to see. Hey, man, freedom around the world. It'd be pretty interesting to see after this is all said and done. All these countries in the world all celebrating freedom that didn't before. A bunch of free people. No wars going on when it's all said and done. Army. When it's all said and done, Uh, so that's exciting. That's exciting. Like I said, I haven't been all over the news. I did notice that um, the Virginia Democrats passed a government
agencies to hit a 42% quota for.
that go. They passed long story short, Virginia pushed through gun control measures and then exempted their own people, their own Congress from those same gun ownership measures. That doesn't seem that seems tyrannical, I suppose. I think that seems tyrannical. My family is Navy and Marines. Hoo-ah, or something like that. That's what they do, right? Americans. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's see what we got here. See what we got here. Americans, how long will you walk in wickedness? Children of the fallen angels. Yeshua protect us. Hmm. I think I'm asking. I mean, that's a fair question, I guess. It's kind of a fair question. How long are we? How long are we? So like what I'm doing is I work in construction. I worked in construction my whole life, ever since I got out of the military. And I've had my own businesses and that kind of stuff. And long story short, worked for a company, got laid off last January. Looking for work, looking for work, looking for work. It's not I mean, I've had a little bit of a trouble finding some construction work in the middle of January. I know. Crazy, right? Most contractors aren't really hiring until about now when the weather starts to turn. So I decided that, I'm not going to wait around. I'm just going to make my own business because you can do that in America. You can go, you know what? It's my dream to work for myself. So that's what I'm going to do. And you can get out there and start a business and you can be rich and do all those things, or you can get out there and start a business and you can totally fail. But you can do it because you live in America. So that process is, I think, purposefully confusing, but I've been through it a few times, so I think I understand most of what's going on there now. How do I start a business? Well, first you got to figure out something that you like to do, that you not necessarily have to. I don't think it has to be something that you're passionate about, although that would be wonderful. I think it's got more to do with what do you like to do. I like to work with my hands, so I go into that field. My brother gets shipped off to cool. Wait, where'd it go? My brother gets shipped off to Kuwait in April. I'm pissed, and so is my whole family. This isn't our war. I got a feeling it's going to be wrapped up pretty soon. I have a feeling in the end that Trump's going to bring a lot of the troops home that have been stationed in other countries around the world for so many years. I have PTSD, so I'm not able to work. Unfortunately, I don't handle my anger very well because of stupid people. This is not live, guys. This is not. Look, it says it right there. This is not live. It- there it is on the screen. That way, you know that I'm not real. You're not really watching me live, right? That guy in the chat cleared it all up for everybody. When I hit live earlier to go live, that wasn't really me hitting a button that said go live. And whenever you look on YouTube and you see that live net thing, that just disregard that. He said this is a pre-recorded video. I almost don't want to. Why would I have to tell you a color so that you believe that I'm live? Anyway, that was pretty much today. Was a off the cuff, quick, like a little just to touch base with everybody. Say, hey, I'm still out here. We will be live tomorrow morning and Saturday night. Blessed day. I see a red dot saying this is live, right? Right. It is. We're live. I like going live because I like it. I feel weird when I record and there's no one out there. You know what I mean? It's just, it feels like I don't know, it just feels weird. Like I'm stuck in a room by myself. So outside of that, I really didn't have, much else going on. So as far as the business goes, there's a lot of steps to creating a business. You got to do I did an LLC, so you got to file papers of incorporation with the state, and you got to do an EIN number, and you got to get insurance, and you got to get a state license, and you got to get all kinds of stuff. So it's been busy. That's why I have kind of put MagAmericans on the back burner as of this last 2 weeks or so, while I was doing that. So that's kind of why I haven't been on and haven't been as many videos and that kind of stuff. Is been working on that. So right. I swear I'm live. I swear. I pinched myself. Look. Oh, ow, that hurt. Oh. I told you I was live. Silly people. Yeah. If you're trying to convince me. So that's really it. I didn't have a lot to go over today. I haven't been watching the news, so I can't really comment too much on stuff. I see Iran's out there saying that they're shutting down their people on the internet, and the one dude's like, "Oh, I'm the only voice for Iran," and that's exactly how dictatorships and tyranny works and that kind of stuff. And it's kind of wild. I had it on there, but we'll find it. I do was going to comment about there's a story going on in Virginia where there's an illegal immigrant that was 19 years old that was allowed into high school as a junior and has been like groping kids and stuff there. What the hell's going on? What's going on? This is getting ridiculous.
Girls tell 7 News that an 18-year-old male student has been groping and touching their daughters in between the legs at school as they walk to classes. A number of parents showed up for a hearing this morning. They say 18-year-old Israel Flores Ortez would step up behind girls during school and put his hands on their private areas, front and back. Ortez was arrested last week, though prosecutors said in open court this has been going on all year. We also learned today Ortez is an illegal immigrant, and ICE lodged a detainer shortly after his arrest. Today, Ortez's attorney asked a judge to release him on bail, and the prosecutor from the Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office under Steve Descano agreed to his release, but the judge was not having it. The judge said looking at the surveillance video evidence from the school, she did not feel the safety of the public was adequately addressed in the bail request and denied bail. So Ortez
A judge did their job. A judge out there did their job. Do you hear that? That's crazy.
In custody. Welcome news for the alleged victims' families.
There's a group of about 12 individuals that have reported this assault. It was all perpetrated by a single individual who is a stranger to the girls. He just sneakily walked up behind them and put his hand in between their legs. It was not just a butt smack or a butt grab. It was a groping of a private area. And it had been occurring for several months.
And what do you think about this being charged?
How has this been occurring for several months? How? Yeah, Virginia is losing it.
Not sexual assault. Do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah. Very frustrating.
Think about this being charged as an assault, not sexual assault.
Oh.
Do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah. Very frustrating. Because I feel like this seems like a crime
Yeah.
of someone that will escalate
Yeah.
if they are not, if it's not handled properly. And that's been my concern. What's done was done to her. Unfortunately, can't go back and change that. But changing it in the future, making sure that further actions don't happen or that this doesn't happen to other girls is, I think, what's most important.
Yeah, no, I agree. We were all very frustrated to hear that it was just simple assault. level 1 misdemeanor with basically a fine.
The parents of these girls are also frustrated at Fairfax County Public
It's
Schools for how
unbelievable.
they handled this situation. According to the
Fairfax
prosecutor,
keeps coming up, right? Don't they always have like problems down there? Didn't they have a big, huge thing a couple of years ago with a LGBT bathroom or some other perverted topic?
Ortez's behavior has been going on all year, and nothing was done to stop it until now. I'll have more on that ahead at 6 on 7 News. Reporting in Fairfax, Nick Minogue, 7 News.
We don't even protect our own kids anymore. We don't protect our own kids over this. I did see this. I can't play these damn videos. We'll see. Howdy, hillbilly. We're just doing ourselves a little chat, a little touch it. We're just saying hi this morning. I just haven't been on since Friday or no, Saturday, so I wanted to come on and say what's up, everybody. Tomorrow I'll actually have a show put together for you. The left has brain rot, buddy. Amen, they do. Amen, they do. It'll I see Iran's starting to rise up. Cuba's starting to rise up. Man, it's interesting what's going on with all these places, right? It's interesting what's going on with all these places. You might flip Cuba into a free country without even setting foot there, without touching them, because they see what's going on. It's interesting what a strong America can accomplish. Those of us who have some gray hairs in our beard remember when America was strong and what that meant. What it meant when we wielded that power honorably. So a lot of people don't remember that. Now it's like, they're seeing it again. A strong America helps to lead the world. Cuba is already bowing down. Yep. The people are rising up. I think they went out. Maybe I'm getting Iran and Venezuela mixed up. One of them went and took over the palace, I thought. Maybe that was in Iran. Either way, the people are finally rising up, and it's a beautiful thing to see that. Like, I can't imagine what it's been like to live under that for so long. I'm seeing if I can't find here. And there's a new story out that says Fairfax. This is what we're talking about, that story we just had on. Democrat Fairfax Sheriff Stacey Kincaid is refusing to turn over an adult high school student from El Salvador who is in the U.S. illegally to ICE after he was arrested for groping 12 minor students, with Fairfax prosecutors even attempting to secure his release. What the F? What are we doing? What is that? Why would they? Crazy. It's just crazy. You don't put people like that back out on the street right away. That's ridiculous. Here is speaking of crazy, and I'm sorry for the language, but here is Mark Davis of Tampa, Florida, who is running for Congress. This is how Mark asks for votes. This is
Donald Trump, he treats Americans just like he does little girls. He fucks them, he sends them off to the highest bidder, and if they don't fall in line, he fucking kills them.
Wow.
Publix. You think I'm fucking around? Watch this.
This is amazing. People like this want to run for office. Unhinged.
Donald Trump's a pedophile.
Angry, confused people.
Donald Trump's a pedophile, and he's running our country.
Want to run for office and be in charge
Go
of
fuck
you.
yourself.
Angry, walking around angry, just angry all the time.
Keep watching. This is Publix in the middle of Red, Florida.
How brave, so brave.
Good morning, Florida! Donald Trump is a pedophile. Vote Mark Davis for Congress. We're tired of this fascist bullshit. Vote Mark Davis for Congress. Donald Trump is a pedophile and he's killing our troops. Go fuck yourself if you voted for him.
Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We're going to talk a little bit tomorrow about Jasmine Crockett, security guard that was apparently killed in a standoff with Dallas police. That's cool. He was only impersonating a police officer and had the
on the camp.
Here, let's just play we'll play the clip here.
These images of Mike King standing close to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett shows how trusted he was as part of her security detail while she's been in office and while on the campaign trail during her recent run for a U.S. Senate seat. Multiple law enforcement sources say King was the man shot and killed after a standoff with Dallas police SWAT officers on Wednesday night. Police say he was chased into a hospital parking garage where he barricaded himself inside a vehicle before he was forced out by tear gas and pulled a gun on officers. These images of Mike King standing close to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett shows how trusted he was as part of her security.
It's just interesting stories coming out of Congress, that's for sure. You got them protecting their own pedophiles. You got all kinds. It's amazing. And then let's see. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani has signed an executive order creating the mayor's office of homelessness. No, not homelessness. The mayor's office of veteran. No. Hang on. I'll get it right. The mayor's office of LGBTQIA plus affairs, and appointed Taylor Brown, a former assistant attorney general, as its inaugural director, making her the first transgender woman to lead the new office. Really, that means, honestly, it's the brand new office, so she'd be the first whatever to run the office. I'm sorry I said she. I didn't mean to say she. I meant to say he, because he is wearing a dress. But let's check out what he has. What? Let's just watch the clip.
We all know too well the queer community, as well as intersecting communities and adjacent communities, are under extreme attack in this country from all angles, it seems, from the highest levels of government to society in general, and to even sometimes people that we consider friendly fire, unfortunately. And so now more than ever in this moment, it is so critical, I think, to have trans leadership, because we all know too.
Now in this moment, it is important to have trans leadership. Is that what?
Ever in this moment, it is so critical, I think, to have trans leadership, because we all know.
They cut off the because part. I'd like to know the because part. I would assume that it was some real good reason why mental disorder people should be put in charge of government offices. I love that person. I love that person. As a Christian should love that person. I don't hate that person. I look at that person there, that man standing there acting like a woman. I look at that person and I go, oh man, I feel bad for that person. I don't hate that person. I hate the demons that push people to make decisions like this one. The idea of putting people that have mental disorders in charge of the American people is a liberal idea. It's a lefty idea. It is what it is. But I just, like I said, I don't hate that person. I think that person has mental issues. I think the people around that person must not really, really care about that person. Or if they do really, really care about that person, they're weak. They're too weak to help that person, because helping someone who has gender dysphoria or whatever is not taking them to gender affirming care or anything like that. It's helping them to face the reality that they are what they are. You cannot change it, no matter how hard you try. How come? How come? Maybe this is a stupid question, but how come when they go when the LGBT people when you go into to get a sex change operation or gender affirming care, how come whenever it only has male female like man woman they don't do gender butchery to other pronouns or whatever you want to call it. It's just the man and the woman. So what's the deal with that? I don't understand. And it goes back to the old analogy where it's like, if I went to the doctor and I was like, "Hey doc, I don't feel like a man, I feel like a woman. I think that you should chop off my tang tang." And then the doctor would say, "Oh, well, absolutely. Let's get you some gender affirming care and let's get you prep for surgery. And maybe we can start these puberty blockers or testosterone or estrogen or whatever Mengele type treatment they might have for you or me." And they would do it in a heartbeat. But if I went into the doctor, and what's really the difference? If I walked into the doctor and I said, "Hey, doc, I feel like a one-armed person. I don't feel like I should have two arms. There's other people out there with only one arm, and I shouldn't have two arms. Hey, doc, cut off my arm. I want to be a one-armed person." Well, that doctor is going to say, I mean, you never know nowadays, but I'm pretty sure that doctor is going to say, "Hey, buddy, we're not going to cut your arm off. As a matter of fact, I got something different in mind. Why don't you come and see this nice lady over here and go with the men in the white coats? Let's go over here and have a conversation." And that would be the way to help them, not affirming it, not cutting off part of their forearm and making a meat noodle. Not any of that stuff. That stuff is sick. It's mental. I can say it's disgusting. I can say all those things. The thing is, I'm not saying that about the souls that are doing it. I love those souls, and I hope they find their way. I'm talking about the actual procedures and the techniques and the tactics that these liberals and lefties and whoever else is out there pushing this crazy idea on the American people. I'm at them, at that. Oh, we need to. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Let's take ourselves a little timey outie. Jeez. Gotta let me know when these guys get in there and just start. That's the only thing I can't deal with in the chat is the spamming. Just don't spam. Right? You can write your silly messages. You can say your ridiculousness if you want to. You can type whatever you want. Just don't attack other people in the chat and don't spam it. That's all. That's pretty cool rules, man. Like, oh, people out here be like, "Don't call me bad names or I'm going to get rid of you." No, I welcome it. Call me as many bad names as you can think of. I missed my exercise this morning. If you could, call your bosses. The lefties out there, the ones out there that just troll around, call one of your bosses and have them come over and help us out. Yeah, I don't mind when people say stuff. I encourage you to. Please rip on me. I love it. Good morning. Pardon me. Pardon me. Boss just came. Well, one of my sons just came and asked a question. Yeah. That's crazy that we live in a world where an insurance company would approve a sex change operation before a much needed knee replacement. Yeah. Yeah, they're all making a profit from trans people, doctors, counselors. I think people need to wake up. Like, for instance, rehab. Rehab. We were moving our kids around the other day in different rooms here, and my one son had his room set up. He had all he had in there because he was just moving into it was his bed and his dresser, and that was it. And I was like, "Man, this room looks like you're in rehab or something." Like we went to a rehab place, and that was it. And I was telling him, I said, those rehab places are the same thing. They're not there to cure people or help people, whatever. They want to get you well enough just to get out there, go back out again, get effed up, get back on your drugs or alcohol, and then come back again because they make like 29 grand a month off of these patients. It's a business. It's a shame. It's a real shame that it's a business like that, but that's what it is. It's a business. They aren't lying when people say that they want to keep us sick so that they can make money off of our illnesses and our misery. That's what it comes down to. I want to play that. Car accidents. I don't want to play that. Sounds like a personal problem, Bob. Yeah, exactly. When they find your bones, they'll know if you're a male or female. No matter what you glued onto the outside of your body. No matter how many septum rings you have. Bob's got some issues out there, it looks like. Bob's got some issues out there. Give Bob some time to adjust to his issues. This is unbelievable. Dearborn, Michigan. A Christian Dearborn resident opposed naming a street after Hezbollah supporter Osama Sablani, who has killed Americans, I believe. Mayor Abdullah Hamoud snapped back, "You do not belong in this city." Let's just watch the clip. Let's just watch the clip. It's a remarkable clip. This is the mayor of Dearborn. That's a person talking. The mayor of Dearborn is going to respond to him because, free speech and all.
Hezbollah, bombed the embassy in Beirut, and including many Americans. So I just feel it's quite inappropriate.
You are an Islamophobe, and although you live here, I want you to know, as mayor, you are not welcome here. And the day you move out of the city will be the day that I launch a parade celebrating the fact that you moved out of the city, because you are not somebody who believes in coexistence.
Hezbollah.
That's unbelievable. That's a mayor of a city talking like that to a citizen. They think they own it. They think they own it. It's unbelievable what's happening in this country. I really hope people wake up. We don't have to know the Constitution inside and out. We don't have to know all the details. You don't have to be an expert. Don't shy away from being involved because you don't think you know enough. I'm just a blue collar idiot. I just pay attention. There's no, it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. I don't understand all of it. No one's going to understand all of it. There's too much. Like there's too many things going on for any one person to be able to keep track of all that stuff. That's the idea. It's a big web of different things, and CIA, FBI, and propaganda, and LGBT, and all this other stuff. And it all works together. And no one can track all that stuff down. There's no way to do that. We, the people, are allowing everything that's happening in our country. Amen to that, 100%. Thomas Jefferson, I say it all the time, said that we need an informed public. An informed public. if we're not informed, how do we know if government's being tyrannical or if they're whatever? How do we know any of that stuff? Unfortunately, a revolution is needed, but that won't happen. But it won't happen. I agree and I disagree. I agree that we need a revolution of sorts. I don't think it's going to look like the American Revolution. I think it's going to look a lot different. I think it's going to be more of a systems war than just shooting people out in the streets. Kind of how they do in China, where they lock their people down and the social credit scores and stuff like that. We're going to deport MAGA.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Anyway, that's the sum up for today. I'm going to put something together for tomorrow, so we'll have a nice show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Yes, the Republic, if we can keep it. Amen. That's a nonsensical comment.
We're gonna deport MAGA. We're gonna deport them.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, what a ridiculous. That's like rage bait, really, just to get people to respond because of nonsensical comment, really. They missed all of it. Well, you know what? I just come on today just to kind of touch base, and I haven't been on because I've been starting a business, and that's been taking a lot of my time up. But we'll be back more often. So tomorrow I'll be on tomorrow morning, and then Thursday night with our regular normal show. Then Faith will be here for that one, and then the weekend shows. So tomorrow morning I'll have something put together. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. And we'll have some updates and some I got some interesting stories I want to talk about. Faith actually has a good topic she wanted to discuss as well. So we're going to get into that stuff. Until then, I mean, I always say the same things, smile at a stranger. That's important. We should all be doing that because that helps to spread happiness. You might smile at someone, and guess what? They might go smile at someone else. It's crazy how that stuff works, guys. It really is. And the other thing is, hey, pray for your enemies. And again, if you just thought of someone and went, oh no, I can't pray for that person. That's the person that you need to pray for right there. So give that person a quick prayer and make sure that that you are sincere when you do it. Mean it when you wish good things upon somebody. Yep. God bless you guys. Have a great day. We will see you back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And shop.magamericans.com. You want to support the channel. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a blessed day, you guys.